Hello and welcome to Volusia Magazine. I'm Amber Patterson. On today's show, we'll find out what's new on the not-so-dusty trail. We will take a look at the reopening of Volusia County's Robert Strickland Shooting Range, and then we can check in with urban horticulturalist Joe Sewards for some tips on Florida-friendly landscaping. Finally, we'll head into the studio to join Community Information Director Dave Byron and his guest, Director of Beach Safety Ocean Rescue, Mark Swanson, for a discussion about what it takes to remain safe when it comes to sun, sand, and surf. Those stories, news, and more coming right up on Volusia Magazine. Stay tuned. Construction is underway along US 1792 in DeBary on a $3.4 million water main interconnect that will bring reclaimed water to parts of DeBary and help to protect blue spring and manatee habitat. In November, the Volusia County Council approved a cost-share agreement with the St. Johns River Water Management District to interconnect the reclaimed water distribution systems of Sanford and Volusia County. It's a win-win for the city and for the county because Sanford has a surplus of wastewater while Volusia has a demand for reclaimed water. The agreement calls for Sanford to provide up to 1.5 million gallons of reclaimed water a day to the southwest Volusia County, which the county will buy wholesale.
Well, this project will enable us to expand our reclaimed water supply in the southwest Volusia area, primarily to the citizens of DeBary, where we currently have existing reclaimed lines, and we'll be able to meet the expected demand as well as future demand. From the point of connection at Lake Monroe, we'll be building a 2.5-mile transmission main, reclaimed main, if you will, that will bring the water up through Lake Monroe from the city of Sanford to Lake Monroe and then up into our water distribution mains in the reserve at DeBary, Springview, and Parkview subdivisions. This project is expected to be completed sometime around the spring of 2015.
Volusia County is paying $1.7 million of the $3.4 million project, while the Water Management District is provided a $1.4 million grant, and Sanford is pitching in $352,000. The county's cost of the project is being paid from the water bill collections, not property taxes. The Reclaimed Water Interconnect will help southwest Volusia County reduce its use of potable water for irrigation. It also will provide the health of Blue Springs by decreasing nitrate pollution and wastewater discharges and reducing demand for surface and groundwater withdrawals. The St. Johns River Water Management District is working with the cities of DeLand and Deltona on additional reclaimed interconnect projects that will bring reclaimed water into the county. Hikers and bikers will be singing Happy Trails next month when workers break ground on the second segment of Volusia County's Showcase Rail Trail in Osteen. The new segment will stretch 2.6 miles from Guise Rd to State Road 415, the overpass, which is under construction. Like the first trail segment, it will be 12 feet wide and paved, making it accessible to walkers, joggers, inline skaters, bicyclists, and people with disabilities.
We just got some really good news. County Council, a week ago Thursday, awarded a construction contract for the next segment of trail. It's 2.6 miles and it runs from State Road 415, where a ped bridge is currently being built for the trail, and it goes over to Guise Road. Guise is a little dirt road that runs down to the St. Johns River. There's a small park there, Hickory Bluff, and so it provides some good opportunity for some recreation there. This contract is $1.1 million, and it'll take about a year to complete.
The Volusia County Council is setting a standard for trails in Florida, completing the county's trail system piece by piece. One day in the not-too-distant future, people will be able to start on the Spring to Spring Trail in De Leon Springs, connect to the rail trail at Green Springs Park in Enterprise, and head all the way to Edgewater. Right now, 23 miles of showcase trails are complete and another 43 miles are in the planning stages. The County Council supports trails because they improve quality of life, provide contact with nature, and offer opportunities for exercise. They're also great for the local economy because they attract visitors, promote business development, and increase property values. What's more, trails provide an alternate green means of transportation. Volusia County completed the first rail trail segment in February of 2012. This popular trail runs 5.7 miles from Providence Boulevard in Deltona, past Green Springs Park and Enterprise, to State Road 415 in Osteen. For information about Volusia County's trail system, you can go to the county's website. It's volusia.org, and you can click on the Trails segment on the drop-down menu under Services. Volusia County's Robert Strickland Shooting Range reopened last week following a 10-day closure to remove lead from the site. The routine lead removal was done in compliance with environmental safety standards. The popular county-owned range, which opened in 2006, draws more than 20,000 gun enthusiasts every year. The shooting range provides a valuable service to locals who want to sharpen their shooting skills or simply enjoy the sport of target shooting.
The shooting range attracts people of all backgrounds, including couples, retirees, hunters, veterans, and law enforcement officers. Safety is our primary concern. We have a strict safety policy, and our range master is always on duty to make sure they are followed to the letter. If you're planning to visit the shooting range, bring your own gun, ammunition, paper targets, eye and ear protection.
Last year, the shooting range underwent a $360,000 renovation project to improve safety and comfort. The county added on a state-of-the-art baffling and berm system to ensure shooter safety and avoid stray bullets. The rifle shooting stations have swing-out seats that enable a person to shoot from the left or the right. The range provides a covered firing line for handguns at 7, 15, and 25 yards. High-caliber rifles may be fired from 50 and 100 yards. Any caliber handgun or rifle may be used except a 50 caliber BMG rifle. Shotguns and fully automatic weapons are also not permitted. Overhead fans are spaced to keep shooters cool and help keep that air clean. The Strickland Shooting Range is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day but Monday, and it's at 1180 Indian Lake Road west of Daytona Beach. Daily passes are available for $10. Semi-annual passes are $70 and annual passes are $100. For more information about the Strickland Shooting Range, you can call 386-736-5953 or you can go online to volusia.org.
This is sea turtle nesting season. Sea turtles typically use the beach at night, so never shine lights on sea turtles' nests, hatchlings, or adult turtles. Ensure lights are not visible from the beach. While enjoying your night walk, use a red LED bulb or a red filtered light. Bright artificial lights can deter turtles from nesting or lead them away from the water. The beach belongs to everyone, including our sea turtles. Thank you for making it a safer place for everyone to enjoy.
The Pest Center for Girls provides girls and young women an opportunity for a better future through education, counseling, training, and advocacy. Pest Volusia Flagler was established in 1996, and it's one of 18 Pest centers in Florida. Pest is a nationally recognized prevention and intervention program for girls who are behind academically and struggling to make positive choices. Health reporter Stephanie Strong introduces us to some of the girls who credit the Pest Center for helping them turn their lives around in this segment of Community Health Matters.
Days were dark and gloomy for this Daytona Beach teen. Trouble at school, social pressures, problem after problem. Nothing seemed to go right. Lots of times on her hands to wander around. No goals, no direction. This teen admits her future did not look bright.
I was being bullied. I wasn't going to school at all. And I had low self-esteem. I felt like I wasn't going to amount to anything. I felt like I was going to be a loser all my life, basically. And I felt like there was no hope for me.
Maria was also on a rocky road of confusion, one problem after another, and lots of unhappiness.
I was struggling with anxiety and depression and getting into trouble. Parents were splitting up and all that stuff, and I wasn't in a good place. I was getting in trouble in school.
Daytona Beach is a place for troubled girls, a place where they are welcomed with open arms. The Pest Center for Girls provides girls and young women an opportunity for a better future through education, counseling, training, and advocacy.
Every girl is assigned both an academic advisor and a social services counselor. And for our young women, their social and emotional well-being is critical to their academic success. And so we have to work with them to gain coping skills, to gain anger management, to gain self-esteem, to set short-term academic and personal goals that lead to their long-term ideas of what they want their lives to be like.
Pest Volusia Flagler is one of 18 Pest centers in Florida. Pest is a nationally recognized prevention and intervention program for girls who are behind academically and struggling to make positive choices.
Pest is not a magic wand. It's not miracle work. What we are is an opportunity for girls who take advantage of that opportunity.
Christina's journey led her to the Pest Center for Girls, and it's one of the best things that ever happened to her. And now she is a proud high school graduate.
It was awesome. I can't believe that it was happening to me because 6 years ago it was not in my future. You know, I just felt so proud of myself. My family felt proud of me, and it was just awesome.
The Pest program began in Jacksonville 25 years ago. During that time, 23,000 girls throughout the state and more than 2,000 girls in Volusia and Flagler counties have been helped to achieve success.
The reason why the program is so successful is because from the day that a girl walks into our program, the staff are constantly assessing what is her story, what brought her to Pest. Every girl's individual. And each staff member each day is going to continuously assess that through talking with the girl, through knowing what's going to help to motivate her.
All Pest girls wear Pest t-shirts, which are provided. There is a classroom structure where students participate in middle and high school language arts, science, social studies, math, reading, and a life management curriculum called Spirited Girls.
I'm happy. I've graduated high school. I didn't just pass, I actually learned things. And I've made some really good friends, including teachers. And I'm just a lot happier in life now.
It helped me with my leadership skills, and I'm on track to getting a college degree, actually.
Christina says her dark days are over. She says her future is bright and she wants to reach for the stars. For more information about the Pest Center for Girls, please visit www.pestcenter.org. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Stephanie Strong, Public Information Officer for the Florida Department of Health in Volusia County.
As always, if you have any questions about this or any other health-related issues, you can log on to volusiahealth.com. Time now to head outside to join urban horticulturalist Joe Sewards for a look at Florida-friendly landscapes.
Hi, I'm Joe Sewards, and welcome to Horticulture Today. We've been talking about the 9 principles of Florida-friendly landscaping. As a reminder, right plant, right place, watering efficiently, fertilizing appropriately, managing landscape pests responsibly, mulching, recycling, attracting wildlife, reducing stormwater runoff, and protecting the waterfront. Today we're going to talk about managing landscape pests appropriately. What that boils down to is a term known as integrated pest management. What that means is you as the homeowner need to go out and inspect your plants, your landscape on a regular basis Some of the more common pests that homeowners might encounter are things such as aphids, scale insects, many different fungal diseases, and many of these can be controlled just by altering your cultural practices. You want to control these pests with the least toxic alternative available. Most of the time, that can be done with non-toxic alternatives like insecticidal soap, horticultural oils, biorationals. There are many products available to homeowners today that will control pests without damaging the environment. Sometimes chemical pest controls are necessary. As with fertilizers, the key is make sure you read the label. That's very important. Understand, the label is the law. You are buying what is in the container, and it's your responsibility as the homeowner and as the end user to use that product safely. When that is done, chemical pesticides, biorationals, non-toxic alternatives are all safe for the environment when they are used according to the product label. That is very, very important. Responsible pest control is just that. It's taking responsibility, learning how to use the products appropriately, making sure you are identifying the pest correctly, and taking appropriate measures to control that pest. Sometimes that can be done even without using chemicals. As always, your county extension office is available to help you identify pests and identify appropriate controls. For Horticulture Today, I'm Joe Swords. Feel free to call us at the University of Florida Volusia County Extension Office, or you can visit our website as well. The phone number is area code 386-822-5778, or you can go to volusia.org/extension.
Now let's head into the studio to join our very own Community Information Director, Dave Byron, as he sits down with his guest in the studio, Director of Beach Safety Ocean Rescue, Mark Swanson.
Well, thanks, Amber, and hi, everyone. You know, the busy 4th of July weekend is right around the corner, and that means thousands of people are going to flock to the beach for lots of fun in the sun. Volusia County's Beach Safety Ocean Rescue, they'll be out in full force, staffing the lifeguard towers and doing everything they can to keep beachgoers safe. If you're going to the beach, there are some common sense things that you should do to keep you and your loved ones safe. Beach safety is our subject today, and our studio guest is Beach Safety Ocean Rescue Director, Mark Swanson. Mark, how you doing?
Good, Dave. How are you?
Hey, I'm fine. A busy weekend. 4th of July falls on a Friday.
It's going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Friday night as well for the fireworks.
Mark, obviously, when people go to the beach, you know, it's a no-brainer, but probably the most important advice that you can give people if they go to the beach is to swim in front of a lifeguard, and that's what we advise people to do.
That's correct. There's plenty of areas on the beach that staff with the lifeguard, and during the weekend there'll be 85. So we strongly encourage people to swim in front of a lifeguard. That way, if they do get into any problems, then we'll be able to come in there and help them.
And Mark, you know, people don't need to be afraid to walk up to that tower lifeguard, ask about any unusual conditions, whether there might be rip currents, whether there might be any jellyfish or any other activity.
Absolutely not. They should not be afraid to do that. They can walk up there and ask their questions of our lifeguards and our beach safety officer, beach ambassadors, and we want to be able to provide that information to the people out there.
You know, Mark, for those people that don't follow county government, they don't follow the setup of your organization, but you basically have a full-time group of people that are triple certified, and then you augment their capabilities with those summer or seasonal lifeguards. Can you explain how that works?
That's correct. We have all of our full-time employees are law enforcement officers, lifeguards, and EMTs, emergency medical technicians. We also supplement those positions with seasonal lifeguards, which are part-time lifeguards that go through the same training as any of the other full-time lifeguards do. And we use those lifeguards to supplement our towers on busy weekends like this. So we couldn't do what we do out there without our seasonal lifeguards.
And the level of law enforcement that you all provide over there, you kind of provide what I guess might be described as a Disney type security over there. You're not heavy-handed, you're not high profile, but you have the capacity if needed. That's
correct. You know, our primary focus is the ocean and the water. Our primary focus is making sure that people are safe in the water. However, there are instances where people have some medical issues that we can take care of, and certainly if we have a law enforcement issue down there, we want to be able to keep the public safe.
You know, one of the things, just speaking about water safety, one of the things that we always try to point out is that depending on weather conditions, you can get a phenomenon called rip currents, which can be a little scary for folks. Tell us what a rip current is first.
Basically, a rip current is you have lots and lots of water pouring in towards the coastline, and then you have water going outside away from the coastline, and it creates a current within there. And if you can be standing on a sandbar 1 minute, and next thing that rip current can actually be spinning, and you could be in the center of it. The rip current tends to try to pull you directly out, and the best way to survive that is to just stay calm, number one, and swim parallel with the shore, and eventually that current will break.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second, because there's some people, particularly folks that are not familiar with the dynamics of Florida, they think of rip currents as undertows, and there is a bit of a difference, I think, between an undertow and a rip current. Rip current pulls you straight up.
An undertow would actually pull you underneath the water,
right.
But actually a rip current is actually going to try to pull you offshore. Yes.
So the worst thing you can do if caught in a rip current, obviously people get panicked, they get surprised. The worst thing you can do is to try to fight it. You'll get exhausted, and then you got a problem.
Right. If you're starting to have a problem, lift your hand up, wave towards the lifeguard. The lifeguard's going to be looking out in the water, and wave towards them, and they'll signify them that you need help, and they'll come out there and help you. And Dave, a lot of our job as lifeguards is being proactive.
Right.
And being proactive by looking out at your water and recognizing the rip currents. And we are trained to recognize those rip currents, so that if we see it, they're going to whistle, and they're going to take the people's flag, and they're going to flag people out of that area. However, if somebody does get caught in it and we recognize they need help, then certainly the lifeguard's going to come out off the tower and go into the water and rescue them, and then there'll be other lifeguards coming in to help as well.
You know, one of the other things that we always want to talk about, particularly during the busy holiday weekends, but really any time, when you go to the beach, drinking at the beach, drinking alcoholic beverages is not allowed, and it's not a good combination to go to the beach with alcohol.
It's not. You know, people drinking down the beach and mixing that with activity in the water is not safe. We enforce the alcohol down on the beach. If we see it, we're gonna either have them pour it out, or if we have any more additional problems, we're gonna issue a citation for that.
I know you and your folks have been on many rescues, and many of those rescues involve people that have had too much to drink.
Yes, they do, and you know, that's where trying to get the word out there that if you need to drink, don't come to the beach and drink.
Right.
Drink elsewhere and not mix water in with that.
One of the other good pieces of advice for people, Mark, and you tend to see, I think I'm correct on this, you tend to see a lot of people that go to the beach maybe just on a holiday weekend. You know, it's kind of a traditional thing. They're not what you would call your regular beach goers, and so maybe they're not so used to the sun conditions. And boy, you know, you can go to a Florida beach and you can get burnt pretty quickly.
Yes, you can, and we strongly encourage people when you come down to put your sunscreen on, and put it on often.
Right. So
if you are out there for a while and you're playing the sport down there, or you're sweating, or you're going in and out of the water, we ask you every time you come out of the water, every time, dry yourself off, reapply your sunscreen.
And a very high SPF.
SPF of 50 would be
right.
a good number to wear.
And again, a reminder to folks, Mark, that particularly if you have children, there are actually more miles of no dry beach than there are dry beach. And it's a good idea, I think, to, particularly if you've got families or whatever, to seek out those no drive zones.
That's right. You know, Dave, there's 47 miles of beach, and only 17 miles of those beach are drivable. So there is obviously lots of area where people can go where there isn't having cars allowed. So, you know, if you have children and that's a concern for you, I strongly encourage them to go to a beach where there's no driving.
And Mark, I know that you have coordinated with the beachside jurisdictions, New Smyrna Beach, Daytona Beach, the shores, whatever, on traffic management, because traffic management during a holiday can be a real challenge, and it can back up. So what's the plan?
Well, we meet with usually the day before the holiday weekends with some of the upland agencies to do exactly that, and that's to come up with a plan. Our plan is that, you know, the beach fills up very quickly in the morning, right. And we get message boards and signs out there early before they get down close to the beach. So if there's an area of the beach that's already congested and filled up, then we want to direct them to other areas of the beach.
Mark, July 4th, of course, is associated with fireworks.
It is.
And a lot of people like to go to the beach for fireworks, and that's another thing that's not supposed to happen.
No, fireworks are illegal for other than agricultural purposes, and we have the people that come down, and the majority of people come down where the fireworks are illegal, the sparklers and the little poppers and things like that that are legal. But it gets so busy on 4th of July weekend at night for the fireworks, because everybody wants to come out and see the fireworks. And we just ask people, not to bring the illegal fireworks down on the beach. That's not where they don't belong there. And we're going to enforce as we can. And we don't even put our own vehicles down on the beach. We have ATVs down there in the night in the core areas, just so that we can manage the crowds and not create any problems with vehicles driving down.
Well, Mark, it sounds like you got a good plan for July 4th.
And also we'll have our rescue bracelets out there again this weekend.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up.
Holiday weekend. It's an acronym called Reuniting Everyone Safely and Quickly. And it's a yellow band that we offer to either elderly adults or children. And we ask that they put the cell phone number of their guardian on that. That way, if they become separated from their family, then we can quickly reunite them back together again. It's very stressful for the families when they get lost with each other, but it's equally stressful for the paramedics and the EMTs and the law enforcement officers that are down there trying to reunite them back together again.
It's a little bracelet with a phone number on it, basically.
They have your phone number on it. We offer them to anybody that wants them at no cost. The way to obtain them is just seek out a lifeguard or a law enforcement officer on the beach, and we'll be more than happy to provide it to you.
So if you got a smartphone like this, you have an app.
We do have a beach app, and you can download that app from onto your smartphone and at no cost. And you can look at that app, and it gives the tides, it gives what ramps are open and closed, it gives the weather, and pretty much anything else you need.
And if you don't have a smartphone, but if you're a smart person, you can go to the website, huh?
Yes, you can. You can go to volusia.org under beaches and get all the information you need to get.
Well, Mark, again, I know you guys are going to do a great job over there, and it's going to be a very, very busy weekend. So let's keep everyone safe. Yep. Thanks for sharing the information.
Thank you, Dave, and look forward to seeing everybody on July 4th weekend.
Our guest today, Mark Swanson of the Volusia County Beach Safety Ocean Rescue. Let's be safe out there, and everyone have a great 4th of July weekend. With that, we'll go back to you, Amber.
Thanks, Dave, and thank you for watching Volusia Magazine. If you have any questions about the show, you can feel free to give us a call at any of the numbers you see listed here, or you can log on to volusia.org and click on the News tab at the top of the screen to find us. Incidentally, you can find the County Council's meeting calendar there too. In fact, you can use volusia.org to find out about meeting dates, workshops, topics of interest, activities, and how you can become involved. And we hope you won't forget to listen to Volusia Today. That's Volusia County Government's weekly public radio broadcast. Volusia Today airs every Tuesday and Sunday mornings on the local radio stations you see on your screen. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Amber Patterson. Have a great evening.